have Dr. ARNEL BANAGA. He earned his nursing qualification, his master's and his PhD from the Philippines. He has practiced as a bedside nurse, clinical instructor, lecturer, as well as assistant professor and associate professor. He has written many books on psychology for nurses. He has presented research papers in the national and the international conferences were held in the Philippines. And recently he has become the editorial board member of the International Journal for Nursing Education. Now I call upon Dr. Arnel to come over and give his presentation. Dr. Arnel.
Thank you so much, Maria, for a very nice introduction. Good morning to you all. I see I have a tough time talking to you about research proposal and writing for publications. For research proposal, it is very easy because yesterday afternoon, you did already a workshop and you know how to prepare and write research proposal. One thing is left, that is how to convince your mentors, your superiors, maybe your nursing leaders to do the research in your own area. Alright? So I will let you know how to convince them, and after that, I will how to publish these materials that you have written out of your research. So I'm not going to talk so much about research proposal. Instead, I will be focusing on writing for publications. Is there anyone who is already published here? Maybe later on. It's not only all the things to be published will not only be research articles. There are so many things to be published. After all, if you want to be published, you would like to be read. That's the real purpose of publication. You would like to share your ideas. In terms of research publication, you would like to share your the knowledge that you generated out of your research process. Anyway, we're going to talk about how to convince these people in your area. Number one, the process. How are you going to look at your research proposal? It's very tedious, it's very difficult, but let's make it easy. If you're going to look at the picture, this is how you picture a researcher to be. Right? They are actually engrossed in reading books, engrossed in reading internet articles. Are you doing one of those things? Are you reading books? No. Yes. No. Are you reading academic articles? Yes. A while back, Mr. Sampat told you about Sinal. Sinal is a very nice resource material for you and I. Why? Because it contains a lot of articles published internationally. Thousands of articles. The graduate students know that. They use it a lot. My students use that also. Right? Okay, so these are the proposal requirements. Number one, of course, you know already about aims, objectives, and significance. You should know, you should have idea about it. Next one, background and rationale, materials and methods. Future direction is very important. References, those books, articles that you have read, and most important is budget. How can you carry out a research without a budget? You see, you have to convince your superiors here. There are so many superiors here. Most probably, they can actually allocate certain budget from the nursing service in order for you to carry out research. You know, photocopying material is already requiring some amount of money. Going to a certain area for your gasoline is requiring a lot of money. So that means to say you have a budget for your research project. So you have to do a lot of convincing. Yeah? Then the limitations of your study. Do not be grand. Do not have a delusion of grandeur. That you would like to conduct a research that will benefit the whole mankind. See? Try to start with the basic thing from your area. Right? Okay. So with this in mind, you're ready. to write a proposal. Alright, number one, the preliminaries. Talk to your mentor. You see, who are your mentors? The leaders. The leaders of your nursing service. Alright? Maybe the people in your area, the nursing director, hospital director, the head of research office in your area. You have to talk to them. Here is my idea. I wrote about this. Here are my preliminaries. Please go over that and allocate some budget for it. So you talk to them. Number two, develop a project that will complete, that you must have complete. A lot of us here are starting a project that could not be completed in time. You see? So that's why you have to start little, from the very basic. Do not be grand. If you are going to do that, you will not finish. Alright, next one. Pick a project that is worthwhile. Look at the different published articles already. Sinal materials are very good to look at this. It's not actually necessary that you are going to be original. You have to review some researches conducted in the past that you think can be applied in your area, and that you have not yet a complete knowledge about that in your area, and then you have to replicate that, you have to study that. Most of the time you're going to look at the research materials published, there is always a conclusion and recommendations that says, may be duplicated, may be replicated, may be conducted locally. So that means to say the author of those articles are actually allowing you to do the further study of the research topic. Okay? Next one. Pick a project that is very feasible, as I said, do not be so grand. Right? Very feasible, that's applicable in your respective area. If your area is psychiatry, what are you going to do? Study psychiatry or study something like a problem in ICU? What do you think? Do not be a know-it-all person. You should know your limitation also as a researcher. Okay? And of course, it can be done in your area. Alright? Okay. So, after preparing the research proposals, you have to submit that to the mentor. Here is my research proposal, kindly go over it. And if there is a budget, please allocate. By the way, the research proposal that I'm talking about is localized. It's different in our academic setup. Because our graduate students, we are asking them to prepare chapters 1, 2, and 3. There are so many, it's a very complicated process. They have to present their title to us. Then after that, after the title is approved, we are going to ask them to prepare chapters 1, 2, and 3. That is in the academic setup. But in your setup, very simple preparation. You are not supposed to be writing chapters 1, 2, and 3 first. You have to do the basic thing. So I'm going to tell you what. Alright? So you have to be firm and be clear in the aims, objectives, and your significance of the study. What's the purpose? Will it benefit the nursing service? Will it benefit you? Will it benefit your hospital? Will it benefit your agency? Alright? Or next one. Of course, you have to be writing the specific aims and the objectives, because you cannot do a research proposal without a purpose, without an aim, without an objective. You should write this clearly. I will not discuss further about this because it was discussed yesterday. Being very careful in your wordings. Simple but direct and clear. Do not use highfalutin words. Do not use grand words. Only novelists and poets use that. But researcher, you should be straight and clear. Do not go around the bush, running in circles. After all, you would like to be understood by people. You would like to be understood by your readers. Okay? Alright. So here, these are some of the suggested elements for your aims, objectives, and significance section. I will not dwell about that. It was discussed yesterday. You can read this in my presentation. Alright, of course you have to have short introductory paragraph. Then the long-term research goal, overall objectives, rationally, the reason, very brief. Alright? And then, of course, the expected outcome. You should know, yesterday, I saw the book. They have been looking forward already on the expected outcome to eliminate, most probably, the infection in their area. It's just like that. Alright? So you have to look into that. Okay. Alright, the background rationally, including literature review. My dean discussed this yesterday, so there is no need to discuss about this. No, you should know. As a researcher, you should read hundreds, not hundreds, maybe tens or 20 articles, academic articles. If possible, hundreds of academic articles. Academic articles will only comprise 3-4 pages. You have to scan journals and possible books also. Okay? So that you have knowledge of your interest area. Alright? Okay. The methods, it was discussed to us by my colleagues here. Alright? I will not go over that one. And of course, the future direction. How do you look into the result of your research? Will it influence nursing profession? Will it change something? One of the basic purposes of research is actually policy making. It will influence the policy in your area. Whatever the outcome of your result, it will be taken positively by your leaders, and based on the generated knowledge out of your research, they will actually try to do something about it based on the recommendations that you have created. Okay? So with those factors, you're ready to convince already your mentors to fund your studies and approve it. There are so many things to be considered, including the ethical committee. It will pass through the ethical committee from your hospital and from the district. I think if your mentor agrees on it, it will be very easy for you. Do you understand? Alright, after the research proposal, you're ready to get the collection of data and the interpretation of data and writing your conclusions and recommendations. After that, you have to publish. Would you like your name to be published in academic journals? How you wish. Whether do it right now. Start right now. I started when I was young like you. I received thousands of rejection letters. Not only thousands, some I am very lucky if I got a reply. But most of the articles I sent, I did not get any reply at all. I suppose, I myself was an editor before, I suppose it could have gone to the waste basket. Alright? So, anyway, I'll teach you how to do it later on. So, writing for publication. Alright? I have been published. My works are published by Oxford Pajar also, and also with Microhill. And I have some articles published in Asian Journal of Nursing. Of course, my area. Alright? I'm not writing about ICU. I'm not competent about it. Alright? Okay, writing for publication. Why writing for publication? Why do you need to write? Is it for honor? Why? Additional knowledge. Publish means to release your articles for the consumption of the public. That means to say, you would like to communicate with the public. You would like to convey to the public your idea and the generated knowledge out of your research. That's the real purpose of that. It's only one. It's not an honor. Of course, honor is actually coming. But of course, your main objective is to communicate. Then honor comes next, because it looks good in your resume, isn't it? Okay, imagine that you publish this article and that article. But of course, take note of that, the real purpose of publication is to communicate. Alright? Is it fun? Of course, writing is fun. Is it just for me? Maybe, yes, maybe no. Alright? You would like to influence other people also. Alright, it's an essential part of this scholarly approach. I tell you, if you are going to join an academic institution, your life is incomplete without publication. Whether it's in the form of scientific article, research article, chapters in a book, or book. See? You should complete your life by publishing something. Alright? As a professional, you should have also published an article. So start it right now. Okay? Alright. It forces you to reflect on your thinking. This is the problem right now. We keep on telling our students and teaching them critical thinking. But sometimes they are very critical but not thinking at all. You see? So we need to reflect. So by writing something, no? Alright. It's an avenue for dissemination of your work. This is the main purpose. You have to disseminate, you have to communicate, you have to influence the thinking of other people. Okay? It earns income for you as an author. Yes, that's my favorite. Okay? For academic article, it does not earn anything. But for books, you have to wait for every 6 months so that the royalty will come. Academic articles, no. You receive only an honor that says you have written an article in American Journal of Nursing. That's nice. Money-wise, oh, nada. Zero. Alright? Okay, it's an avenue for collaboration. As a professional, you need to communicate, you need to associate, you need to work together. After all, it says your collaboration, co-labor. You have to work together with other professionals from your profession. You see? Imagine somebody read your article, everybody will contact you. I would like to follow your article, I would like to write something about your article, I would like to duplicate your article. It's just like that. So everybody will come to you, everybody will call you, everybody will email you. But make it sure, when somebody emails you, write and respond to them. I emailed so many people, very important people, I received no reply at all. See? When you have published an article and somebody wrote to you, write and respond to them. Okay? Alright. Alright, next one. Writing for publication where? The question is where? There are so many avenues. We are not going to be limited only on journals. After all, publication is communication. You have to communicate your ideas, the new knowledge that you have to other people. So, where are the avenues of publications? Of course, number one is a journal for us, academicians in the academy. Next one, of course, a book, because I have those things already. A book chapter, a collaboration with other professionals, right? It doesn't necessarily mean to say that you have written the whole book. If you are going to see a book, and there are so many authors on that particular book, that means to say it's a collaborative work conducted by several authors. They did chapter by chapter, right? Then a conference paper, that you have to do very easy. Please, after your attendance in this research workshop, the next time that you attend a conference, you stand in front of the people, not burning the seats. Listening only. Isn't it? So it's a challenge that I'm actually posing to you. So you have to write something and present something to other people. A lot of us would like to attend the conference just because we would like to sit down and look at the presenters. And maybe for the foods, maybe for the CME units that we could earn. Yeah? Isn't it? Maybe that's the wake-up call for you. Right? After your attendance here, you do your research, work in your hospital, and present that in your maybe number of conferences, international or local conferences. Let's start with local conference, maybe in-house in service. Then you go on national and international conferences. Exhibitions, letter to the editor, book to book. You could do these things all. Okay? Alright. Writing is fun. If you would like to write. I remember my editor says, Dr. Arnel, you know what? You just write what you know and we'll take care of the rest. Alright? You mean by that? I just write and write and write and write. Never mind the grammar, never mind the spelling. After all, in publishing houses, there are editors to look for it. You see? Just write. And one of my mentors says, if you're going to write something, do not think Write with your heart. First draft. Second draft, write with your mind. Already, during editing process. Graduate students, do not attempt to write grand. Most of the time, you cannot start at all. Write something that's coming from your heart, then your second edition, you write with your head. Okay? So start doing that. Alright. Journals were to publish. There are so many journals. It was presented to you by Mr. Sumpat. 1 week ago, I was appointed as the editorial board member of the International Journal of Nursing Education. So we can start from that. You see, you can submit articles. But it's not easy, you see? If you're going to submit an article, it will not be very easy. When I first published my article, you know what I did? I sent that to 5 journals. After 2 months, no reply. 3 months, no reply. Nada. At all. So, what did I do next? Rewrite and reset them again. Who knows? And sometimes with style. Before, I sent them with, with ordinary mail. This time, with style, so that I would like to be noticed. I sent that to DHL or to, something like that, to registered mail, so that they will pick up. And these people in the journal, in the editorial board of journals will be intrigued what is in there. Right? Something like that. You have to do that. Okay? Alright. Now, next thing that you're going to do is, of course, to seek the advice of your experienced colleague. I suppose there are so many, especially my students here. Okay? You can actually go and seek the advice of your teachers, mentors. They have master's degree and PhD degree for nothing. They work hard for it. They wrote a lot. They read a lot. Okay? So you have to sit down and go to them. Check the journals, instead in the references. How many of you here are going to your library? My students would always say, sir, no time. If you have no time, you cannot write anything. If you have no time to read, much worse, you cannot write. Right? You have to read before you can write. Search the periodical directory. There are so many. So the university, our university give you so much. Thousands of them. And sad to say, students do not use them all. If at all, only I can count them by my fingers. Right? Maybe hand and legs. Yeah? Alright. Here are the tips of writing that I would like to show to you. Good writing takes time. Takes time. Don't be afraid. Take time. Make time for writing. Write some more. Write and write until you die. Is it? No, of course not. Write some more. Whether it's academic article, whether it's anything, it is your memoir, it is your journals. As long as you know how to write, you initiate that. If you know that, then everything will be ready. You are ready to write academic articles. Okay? Get feedback from colleagues. Sometimes we are writing something and we keep it by ourselves. We do not want to show that out. Isn't it? When we write something, show to the world that you have written something. Never mind the grammatical lapses. After all, you have the same mistake as the reader. So, no problem. Okay? Alright. Avoid cliche. Use metaphors. Metaphors is used a lot in poetry. Sometimes I write poetry also. Okay? My students do that. It's in my website. Alright? Use active verbs. Now, in research, this is very critical. You do not use passive voice. You use active verbs and active sentences. Now, why are we talking about this? I'm not an English teacher. But this is a basic thing that you're going to do. You understand? That will avoid you to write anything that's going around the bush. If you're going to be direct and straight, you are very clear. Do not move around. Okay? And explore genres. Genres are the different types of areas that you can write about. As I said, short story, novel, poetry. But for you, we're talking about academic articles. So do something about it. Start writing something. Exercise. And of course, find your own voice. Right? After all, if you would like to write something, you have a voice. You would like to be listened to by people. Okay? Choosing your publication venue. Are you going to write journals? If possible, all venues. Okay? But first start. Let's try to start with conferences, then journals. Okay? Alright. Choosing a journal or publisher, of course you have to look into prestige. This is very important. Very careful about this. The advent of e-books, the advent of internet, there are so many sham publications. I was asked by a colleague, not here, but from the Philippines, is it worthwhile to pay $500 to send my articles? You're publishing your articles, yet you are required to pay. It is not supposed to be that way. It's a sham, I told him. Do not send your article there. Just because a lot of publishers are asking, just because I will receive hundreds of articles, we would like to prioritize your article to read. So you have to pay us. It's a sham publication. If you're going to do that, if they're going to ask you to do that, then do not send. Do you understand? It's happening. Of course, you have to start going to to Asian Journal of Nursing, American Journal of Nursing, International Journal of Nursing Research, and so on and so forth. These are academic publications that will not require you to pay anything. Do not pay. You must be paid. That is the idea behind that. If you are a writer, do not pay. Instead, you must be paid. Okay? Prepare and submit your manuscript. Get ready. If you have written something, get ready for rejections. I have so many, I can show you my acceptance, but I cannot show you my rejection letters. If I'm going to show you, maybe I can carry that all here. As I said a while back, I got so many rejection letters also. I started from that. And I was not discouraged to write more. Okay? Alright, you have to prepare. Endlessly. Write endlessly. Then the review process, you have to, when you submit something, they have to have the review process. I'm going to show you my proposal. Okay? This is one of the book proposals that I made. You see, this is a book proposal. This is how we do it. Alright? We have this. Then we submit the gist and the summary. After that, they have to review. It will undergo a review process from the editorial board of any publication. And after that, they're going to send you a commissioning letter. I will show you a commissioning letter that you will receive when your publication is actually accepted for publication. This is one commissioning letter given to me by Oxford. Yeah, Oxford University Press, a division of Oxford Pajor. This is a division of Oxford Pajor, Southeast Asia. So they commissioned me to write something about behavioral science. So after all, when you're going to be a published author, you do not need to chase these people. They chase you. Do you understand? You have to send proposal, of course you have to chase them. Later on, they have to commission you. So I have worked out with a lot of books already with Oxford Pajor, the one that you're looking for Southeast Asian distribution. But not for worldwide distribution. Okay. Oops. I see I have to conclude. Okay? Alright. So do not be discouraged when you receive your rejection letter or when you will not receive any reply at all. When you will not receive any reply at all, either you're going to call the editor or you're going to resubmit your article to somebody else. Okay? They're going to judge your manuscript based on the design and so on and so forth. So usually journals do have their own criteria. And you have to meet that criteria, including their house style. Sometimes they have their style, so you have to follow that, or else that you receive an outright rejection. Okay? The review process, then there is the decision. In the editorial board, decision is very crucial. They have to give you the admission letter, acceptance letter, or commissioning letter. Is there? I showed you already. Now, Then that is, if your article is accepted, it will be scheduled for publication. So congratulations, your article is accepted. Today is May. It is scheduled for publication on December. You have to wait for your turn, because there are plenty of articles that have been approved for publication. Or at all, if you receive an acceptance and there is no date, my goodness, more or less, your article will not be published at all. Okay? All right. Okay. In the writing process, this is actually my book launching. All right. I would like to show to you. Psychology for Nurses. These are the books that I've written, revised, and released. And also, these are some of the books that we released in Southeast Asia. The Oxford, are you familiar with the manuals? I did 8 books, contributed in 8 books. And also, here, I got also DP, but I don't trust. Alright? And then General Psychology in the Philippines. This is a local publication. As you see, there are so many authors. So, collaborative work. Do you understand? So, I did 3 chapters in General Psychology. The rest of the chapters were done by my colleagues. Some presidents of the universities. Okay? Then, I also, since I am a teacher, I wrote some textbooks for high school students. Okay? Yeah? These are locally published in the Philippines, used by high school students. Introductory Biology, and the other one is Fundamentals of Biology. Alright? Okay? So, how you wish your name will be found in front of a book? It is possible. You start working on it. Okay? This is a challenge. My first challenge is to attend a conference when you will be one of the presenters. The next challenge is to publish in a respectable academic journal. The third challenge will be writing a book. Okay? With that, shukran.